tonight and just worship the Lord, okay? Here's a grand old song that's been around a long time. I like to do old favorites. And so this one's been around a good time to start things off kind of peppy. It's called Where Could I Go? Living below in this old sinful world, hardly a comfort can afford. Striving alone to face temptation sore. Where could I go but to the Lord? Where could I go? Oh, where could I go? Seeking a refuge for my soul. Needing a friend to help me in the end. Where could I go but to the Lord? Neighbors are kind, I love them, everyone. We get along in sweet accord. But when my soul needs manna from above, where could I go but to the Lord? Life here is grand with friends I love so deep. Comfort I get from God's own word. But when I face the chilling hand of death, where could I go but to the Lord? Where could I go? Oh, where could I go? Seeking a refuge for my soul. Needing a friend to help me in the end. Where could I go but to the Lord? Where could I go but to the Lord? You're going to hear some songs that, if you've been around gospel music at all, or if you watched the Gaither Homecoming videos, boy, they did us a favor by preserving old gospel music. So you're going to hear you may hear some songs that you recognize, and I want you to know that as long as the person next to you does not object, you can sing along. If they do, just do it anyway, and they can get up and move. Or, I don't know. But anyway, we're gonna do some good old songs, and you be thinking now in a little while we're gonna do a little sing along, and we take requests, and I don't promise it will be good, but I promise it'll be fun, and we'll all sing together. Okay, we'll do hymns, old-fashioned hymns that you love and remember, and so you be thinking now. A lot of times I forget to give a warning, and then everybody sits there like, I don't know, what should we ask for? So now you have warning. You can start thinking about what song you would like to request. This is a good old song from back in the, I don't know, what do you think, 70s probably? No, earlier than that? 80s? Really? 80s? I think all of us have times in our life that we look back and we see times where we, through whatever reason, through circumstances or through our own vanity, maybe we've drifted a little bit from the Lord, and then we come back to Him. And when you come back to the Lord after you've walked away a little bit, you suddenly realize, oh, I was a little further away than I thought. Mm-hmm. And this song is about, well, aren't you glad? God doesn't throw you away when you get away. Aren't you glad? He doesn't throw the clay away. Empty and broken, I came back to Him, a vessel unworthy and so scarred with sin. But He did not despair. vessel of honor I am today. All because Jesus didn't throw the plate away. A vessel of honor I am today. All because Jesus, He didn't throw the plate away. Song, every time I get into that song, it reminds me of my life verse is 2 Timothy 2:20 and 21. But in a great house there are not only vessels of gold and of silver, but also of wood and of earth, some to honor and some to dishonor. If a man therefore purge himself from these, he shall be a vessel unto honor, sanctified and meet for the master's use and prepared unto every good work. Well, I want to be a vessel unto honor, don't you? And one of the reasons we want to be a vessel unto honor is because while we're here, we serve the Lord. But when the time comes and it's time to move on to our next home, to our eternal home, boy, we're going to be with Him forever. And I like this song. This is another old song from the 80s. I guess we're on an 80s kick tonight. It's a great old song. Think about home. A penny for your thoughts, I said to the old man, as he sat there on the park bench all alone, with silver hair and wrinkled brow, eyes gleaming. He smiled and said, just thinking about my home. I sat down and we shared some laughs together, and the cinema of remembrance, it did roll. He talked about life's games and its losses, but mostly he just talked about his home. He said, I'm thinking about home, thinking about going home, dreaming about leaving here. I'm ready to be moving on. It won't be long before the sun will set and I'll be gone. But until then, I'll be thinking about home. I said, tell me, old man, where's your homeland? What's it like? He said, oh, ain't nothing round here can compare. You see, a king had it built and gave the deed to me, and all my family's already there. And I'm thinking about home, thinking about going home, dreaming about leaving here, ready to be moving on. It won't be long before the sun will set and I'll be gone. But until then, I'll be thinking about home. It won't be long before the sun will set and I'll be gone. I'm thinking about home. Ever wonder why God put you on earth? Boy, I do sometimes, don't you? Yeah. I'll talk about this probably a little bit tonight, but as it's mentioned in my bio stuff, and a lot of you already know, I spent 12 years as a missionary in women's prisons, and boy, I love that ministry. And then the Lord decided that I was done with that. I got to the point where my health was where I couldn't do it anymore. And I found myself saying, okay, I planned my whole life to be a missionary, and now I'm not. And I don't know, maybe God doesn't have anything else for me to do. Now I realize this is silly, okay? I realize that's, but you do it too, so don't you point your finger at me. But don't when we sin, like, well, I don't know why did God even put me here on earth? Now maybe you don't. Maybe those of you who are a little older and wiser, maybe you don't think those things anymore. But anyway, I have. And this song's always a comfort to me and a reminder why God put me here. No matter what job He has in front of me, whether it's an important job like being a missionary or just being a private tutor, you know what I'm here for? I'm just here to serve the Lord. From the dust of the earth, God created man. His breath made man a living soul. And God so loved the world, He gave His only Son. And that is why I love Him so. For I was made in His likeness, created in His image. For I was born to serve the Lord, and I can't deny Him. I'll always walk beside Him, for I was born to serve the Lord. My hands were made to help my neighbor. My eyes were made to read God's word. My feet were made to walk in His footsteps. My body is the temple of the Lord. For I was made in His likeness, created in His image. For I was born to serve the Lord, and I can't deny Him. I'll always walk beside Him, for I was born to serve the Lord. For I was made in His likeness, created in His image. For I was born to serve the Lord, and I can't deny Him. I'll always walk beside Him. Oh, I was born to serve the Lord. Thank you. You all have been very kind to me tonight. I am just going to tell you that I've had a sore throat, in case you can't tell. And my normal, really big, annoying voice is about half. And we were practicing, going over a song last night, and Johnny goes, go up here and sing. He arranges these songs, So, the thing about arrangers is they have all of these grand ideas of things you have to do. And so, isn't that right, Billy? That's right. So he says, go up here and hit this note. I said, I can't sustain that note. Listen to me. And he goes, it's a G. Now, if you don't know what that means, it's not much. It's that. It's really not much. And I'm like, it's a G. Oh, that's terrible. So anyway, so thank you. So if I don't do any great big, some of my really big songs tonight, just know that it's not out of not wanting to, it's just out of a self-preservation that I'll be invited back. It was really bad. It was really bad. I am so thankful to have my friends here. This is Donnie Lee. And yes, okay. So we met when Zachary, who's going to get up and sing, and Zachary and Jonathan, Zachary's the oldest, we met when Zachary was still in his mom's tummy. I met Nova first, my best friend Nova, right here, lovely. And I'm so thankful for her, and so thankful they could be here. Anyway, so we met, and that's how long ago we met. And we've always just kind of been able, we just sit down and play, and we all know the same songs, and we just kind of sit together, get together. Today we looked at each other and we said, we have now spent more time working on this concert than we have in all of the other concerts ever put together. Because we're getting older, is what we decided. But anyway, I'm so thankful for them to be here. They live in Bethany, Illinois, and they come down twice a year to enjoy golf karting in the villages, because that is worth traveling across the country to do. Am I right? Right? Okay, it is. Golf karting in the villages is an excellent experience. So they come to do that. They swim in the pool a little bit at a time when, nobody can swim in Illinois. And then they'll go down to Orlando and hang out and really have a bunch of fun while I stay here and work for a week. And then I'll go join them, and we'll have a little bit more time together. They come down once or twice a year, and I'm always thankful for them to come. But I'm also thankful tonight, for the first time, I have quite a few guests from my church, Memorial Baptist Church, are present tonight. If you're from Memorial Baptist, will you just raise your hand? You know that's going to happen. Look at that. Isn't that a blessing? Thank you guys. Thank you for coming tonight. That is a blessing. I want to encourage you, the Infants and Toddlers Pantry is such an amazing ministry. It is just, I'm so touched, and it's so needful. As somebody who I worked in women's prisons for 12 years, and I gotta say that the number one concern of women in prison is that their kids are being taken care of. Now they know that they probably didn't take care of their kids like they should have, when they were on the outside. And they feel bad about it now. And they do. And their big concern is, boy, I just hope that my kids can get the food that they need, get the clothes that they need. And I know I'm putting a burden on my aunt or my grandma or my mom or my sister or, some foster family. And ministries like this ministry are vital to our community. And so anyway, without preaching a big sermon about it, I just want to say thank you for this ministry. I think all the money tonight goes to the Infants and Toddlers Pantry. Please consider giving a donation, and if you see, clothes that you can donate or diapers you can donate, you can always use diapers, can't you? Right? So anyway, they would love that. This is a song that has been on my heart a lot. I already sang a song just a minute ago about He Didn't Throw the Clay Away. I think because recently I've had some health issues, and it's not worth going into because we all have them. But when you are the one going through different issues and you've got uncertainty, it's a hard time, isn't it? And we've already used the analogy of the fact that we are a vessel, and that God tells us about in Jeremiah, where God sent him down to the potter's house and to watch the potter molding the clay. And we talked about how he didn't throw the clay away. But also that potter, he knows what to do on the clay. He knows what we can take. He knows, and he has a purpose and a design for the lessons that he sends our way. This is a newer song. You may not have ever heard it, but it's meant a lot to me in recent months. And I hope I get the lyric right. I'm just going to tell you. But I think you'll enjoy it. Going through the fire, it's getting hard to stand the heat, but even the wondering, is God's hand still on me? It's lonely in the flame when you're counting days of pain, but the potter knows the clay, how much pressure it can take, how many times around the wheel, till there's submission to His will. He's planned a beautiful design, but it will take some fire and time. It's gonna be okay, 'cause the potter knows the clay. Friend, I just came through that fire not too very long ago, and looking back I can see why, and that my God was in control. But in the harder days I'd find, I'd cry, Lord, isn't it about time? But the potter knows the clay, how much pressure it can take, how many times around the wheel, till there's submission to His will. It's planned a beautiful design, but it will take some fire and time. It's gonna be okay, 'cause the potter knows the clay. He's planned a beautiful design, but it will take some fire and time. It's gonna be okay, 'cause the potter knows the clay. Isn't that pretty? But as I'm standing here singing and I'm realizing how many slow songs I have in a row, and so I want to commend you. In fact, you haven't gone to sleep yet. But we're going to do, I'm going to have the boys get up here and sing a song and just kind of perk things up a little bit. And then you get ready, because then we're going to have our sing-along time. You're going to, yeah, and then I'll come back and finish with a few more songs on my own. I promise I will. Brother Jim, I'm not quitting early or anything. But come on up here. This is Zachary in the blue and Jonathan in the green. And you wouldn't know, but they're only 13 and 11. Right? Yeah. So, anyway, I think Johnny's going to sing with them too. And we tried to get Nova up here to sing, and she said she had the video, and because she's my best friend, I let her get by with that. So, you guys go ahead and sing. Here's a great song.
But
Thank you, guys. Wow, wasn't that fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they want you to sing another one. I think they'd rather hear you than me tonight. No. Jonathan says, one is enough. We got him up here for one, and I felt really honored that he would agree to that. Zachary sings a little bit more. He actually competed at camp this year with a really hard song, and he did a really good job on it. So anyway, have you been thinking about your song that you want to request? Go ahead, shout it out or raise your hand or something. Miss Chloe, go ahead. It is well with my soul. All right, we know that one, right? We're going to sing a verse and a chorus. Everybody's going to sing together because it's called a sing-along, not a sing-angel. Okay, all right, here we go. Let's start. What's the first word? I don't know. When peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. And sing parts. We need parts here. Ready? It is well with my soul. Everybody together now. It is well with my soul. Oh, that was beautiful, beautiful. Who else has one?
Church in the Wildwood.
Church in the Wildwood. Oh, come. There's a church in the valley by the Wildwood. Remember the rest of the words? If you pick a song I don't know all the words, you have to stand up and fill them in. No, I'm just kidding. There's a church in the valley by the Wildwood. A lovelier church in the dale. Right? No place is so dear to my childhood than the little brown church in the vale. Oh, come to the church in the Wildwood. Oh, come to the church in the vale. No place is so dear to my childhood than the little brown church in the vale. Vikram, what is your song? Bible. The B-I-B-L-E, maybe?
No, Bible.
Oh, I don't know that. Do you sing that in children's church? Oh, maybe we could do the B-I-B-L-E. I know you know that one. Would that be okay? If we did that one, all right? Do you guys know that song? We have kids here, so we're going to sing a kid song, all right? The B-I-B-L-E. Yes, that's the book for me. I stand alone on the Word of God. The B-I-B-L-E spells Bible. You have to yell Bible. It's been a long time since some of y'all have been in children's church. Come on now. All right, one more time. And this time I want to hear you shout Bible. Here we go. Ready? The B-I-B-L-E. Yes, that's the book for me. I stand alone on the Word of God. The B-I-B-L-E spells Bible. There you go. All right. That was great. All right, who else has one? Yes.
Because he lives, God will live forever.
Because he lives, I can face tomorrow. Yes, because he lives. God sent his son. You know this one? You don't know this one. Yeah, I know you know this one. He's just trying to decide what key. He picks a key for him and a key for me, and he has to remember which one's which. God sent his son. They call him Jesus. He came to love, heal and forgive. He bled and died to buy my pardon, and in a wretch like me. I heard about his groaning, of his precious blood's atoning. Then I repented of my sin and won the victory. Oh, victory in Jesus, my Savior forever. He sought me and he bought me with his redeeming blood. He loved me ere I knew him, and all my love is to him. He plunged me to victory beneath the cleansing blood. Oh, that's great. That's great. Another one. Long Black Train. Do you know that one? No. Okay. Johnny doesn't know. I know it. You know what? You come to Bluegrass at where's Bluegrass now? Seabreeze. Thank you. Go to Bluegrass at Seabreeze on 1 o'clock on Wednesdays, and you ask any of those guys, and one of them will do Long Black Train. I promise you. Yeah. No. And they'll do it well. They'll do it well. Yeah. All right. Anybody else? Yeah, Miss Margie. There is a fountain filled with blood. You know that one? Let's try that. Okay. There is a fountain filled with blood drawn from Emmanuel's veins, and sinners plunge beneath that blood, lose all their guilty stains, lose all their guilty stains, lose all their guilty stains, and sinners plunge beneath that flood, lose all their guilty stains. Lose all their guilty stains, lose all their guilty stains, and sinners plunge beneath that flood, lose all their guilty stains. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you. That was beautiful. I went to the Stamps Baxter School of Music, which is an old-style singing school back in. Anyway, and Ben Spear was in charge of it at the time. You remember the Spear family? Anybody remember the Spear family? Ben Spear was still in charge of the school, and he got up after we had done an a cappella song, and he says, "Now, I want to teach y'all something about music." And Ben Spear's going to tell you something about music. You ought to listen, because he knows what he's talking about. And he says, now I hear all this stuff about when people play a track or an accompaniment, they say the music's too loud or the music's too soft. They're talking about the instruments. He says, I don't want to hear that kind of talk. If you leave from here, I don't want you to ever do that. He says, what you heard just now, with no accompaniment, that's music. There's no instrument like the human voice, because God created it. And I never forget that. Every time I hear a cappella singing like that, that's what I think of. Anybody else have another one? Yes? Do Lord. Oh, that's a good old song. Let's do that. Do Lord. I got home in glory land that outshines the sun. I got home in glory land that outshines the sun. I got home in glory land that outshines the sun. Way beyond the blue. Do Lord, oh do Lord, oh do remember me. Do Lord, oh do Lord, oh do remember me. Do Lord, oh do Lord, oh do remember me. Way beyond the blue. That's good. That's a good one.
How great thou art.
How great thou art. That's a good one. I keep waiting for the old rugged cross. I think we'll have to do the old rugged cross after how great thou art. Oh, that's Peggy was going to say that one. Okay, I beat you to it. I'm sorry. All right. Oh Lord, my God, When I in awesome wonder consider all the worlds thy hands have made, I see the stars, I hear the rolling thunder, thy power throughout the universe displayed. Then sings my soul, my Savior, unto thee. Good. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior, unto thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. On a hill far away stood an old rugged cross, the emblem of suffering and shame. And I love that cross where the dearest and best for a world of lost sinners was slain. So I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown. That's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, last one. Yes, ma'am. Oh, we got two. Okay, go ahead.
In the garden.
In the garden, and that's what you were going to say too. All right, we're going to end with in the garden. I actually was expecting that one along with Old Rugged Cross, so I'm not disappointed. All right. I come to the garden alone, while dew is still on the roses, and the voice I hear falling on my ear, the Son of God discloses, and He walks with me, and He talks with me, and He tells me I am His own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. You know, I love old hymns, and I have many friends who go to churches where they don't really sing old hymns anymore. They sing a lot of, the newer praise and worship songs. They're beautiful songs. They have great messages. Not down in that. But when it comes time that everybody gets together, nobody raises their hand and says, "Let's sing Shout to the Lord," right? Or "As the Deer." So people, what? What is that? But when you say, "Well, let's sing In the Garden," everybody joins in. Isn't that wonderful? Just beautiful. I love the old hymns. All right, well, we're going to go to, here's a song that you'll recognize probably. And this is a great old song from, I don't know how long ago. When did Gordon Jensen write this song? No, Gordon Jensen didn't write this song. Who wrote this song? You're supposed to know everything. He says so much with just a look, doesn't he? Angel, I don't know what you're doing. Just saying. That's what he said. All right. Anyway, here's a grand old song from sometime written by somebody, and you may or may not know it. And if you do, sing along. And if you don't, listen to the words because you'll like it. And now I forgot the lyrics. It is really amazing that you ever invite me back. I just want to say, it happens at least once. And he prepares, he puts up a thing so that I can put, words up. Do I write down the word? No. How does this song start? Many times, that's how it starts. Okay. Apparently, many times we've started this song. Right? Is that right? You sure it's many times? That's the second verse. I think you're gonna have to sing something else. In the dark, I got it. Ha! He gave me the words to the second verse. What's that gonna do? All right, here we go. In the dark of the midnight, have I all hid my face like right now? When the storm howls above me, and there's no hiding place, mid the crash of the thunder, precious Lord, hear my cry, keep me safe till the storm passes by. Till the storm passes over, till the thunder sounds no more, till the clouds roll forever from the sky. Hold me fast, let me stand in the hollow of my hand. Keep me safe till the storm passes by. Many times Satan whispers, says there's no need to try, for there's no end of sorrow, there's no hope by and by. But I know thou art with me, and tomorrow I'll rise where the storm never darkened the sky, till the storm passes over, till the thunder sounds no more, till the clouds roll forever from the sky. Hold me fast, let me stand in the hollow of my hand. Keep me safe till the storm passes by. Hold me fast, let me stand in the hollow of my hand. Keep me safe till the storm passes by. haven't sung this song since I heard it sung by so-and-so. He said, that's the person I heard sing it too. I said, did they originally sing it? He said, I don't know. And they sang it, well, again, back in the 80s. So we're on the 80s kick. This is a song, boy, I tell you what. It's easy. Now I know. Now come on. I'm going to ask the question. I'm going to be sorry I asked it. I'm going to ask. How many of you watch Fox News? Go ahead. Go ahead, raise your hand. How many of you wouldn't be caught dead watching Fox News? Go ahead, raise your hand. All right, good. Well, now we got it all settled. All right, now, fact is, I don't watch the news. I don't watch Fox News. I don't watch CNN. I don't watch anybody in between. Because it's depressing. It's just depressing all the way along, right? And so people say, did you see on the news? I said, no. No, did you know about it? No. But how do you not know that? As I don't watch the news, I don't read the news. It's depressing. But you begin to see things, you hear things, different things. It doesn't matter where you stand on the issue. The fact is, boy, our country's in turmoil, isn't it? People fighting, families fighting, just so much. And I think that is the sort of thing that was going on as the end of the 60s, beginning of the 70s, much revolution. And Gordon Jensen sat down and he wrote this song. This is the song Gordon Jensen wrote, if you remember. And it's a reminder to us that no matter what's going on around us, it's in the end. It's in the end. We're looking for the upper taker, right? Years of time have come and gone since I first heard it told how Jesus would come again someday. If back then it seemed so real, then I just can't help but feel how much closer Christ's coming is today. Signs of the times are everywhere. looked beyond my fault and saw my need. I shall forever lift mine eyes to Calvary, to view the cross where Jesus died for me. How marvelous the grace that caught my falling soul. He looked beyond my fault and saw my need. I shall forever lift mine eyes to Calvary, to view the cross where Jesus died for me. How marvelous the grace that caught my falling soul. He looked beyond my fault and saw my need. That's a good old song. That's a good old song. One more. Just one more. Is that okay, Pastor? Can we do another one? He's like, five more, he says. Now, we might do another sing-along. I'm running out of list here, but now this is a new song. And you may not know it. In fact, you may listen to me sing it and you may discover I don't know it. I mean, we're just being real here, right? You've already seen it happen once, and that was a song I've known for a long time. In fact, I got to think about how the words start. Oh, I got it. Okay. So, have you ever thought about? I like songs that are clever. You know, it's nice, and that's a good song. And not a clever song. I like songs. Do you ever wonder what it would be like if you were in the Bible? I don't mean your name, but I mean if you were there when all this stuff happened, and maybe not your name, maybe you weren't one of the people. You know, you weren't Peter, you weren't the woman at the well. I hope, or that kind of thing. But maybe, but what if you were there? All the multitudes, the people who got up every morning and said, "Do you think we can get by without going to work another day? We'll just go out and listen to Jesus preach." Those people, right? Do you ever wonder what it would be like? Well, here's a guy who decided he'd write a song about what if I was the guy watching all this stuff happening around me. And listen to the story. It's a story song. You got to listen to the story and catch it all. It's very, very good, very uplifting. It makes you appreciate the Bible a little bit better. I like this song. It's called He Saw It All. I was working in town one afternoon while tending some business affairs. I heard a commotion a couple streets over and wondered what's happening there. A young man was running from in that direction and stopped just to catch his breath. I asked him to please tell me what was the hurry. He smiled at me and he said, I was running to catch the crippled man. Did he run past this way? He was rushing home to tell everyone what Jesus did today. And the mute man was telling myself and the deaf girl he's leaving to answer God's call. It's hard to believe, but if you don't trust me, ask the blind man, he saw it all. Ask the blind man, he saw it all. is still reaching out in your hour of trouble. One touch and you're never the same. You'll be trying to catch the crippled man. Did he run past this way? He was rushing home to tell everyone what Jesus did today. And the mute man was telling myself and the deaf girl he's leaving to answer God's call. It's hard to believe, but if you don't trust me, ask the blind man, he saw it all. Ask the blind man, he saw it all. He saw it all. Thank you all. You've been so kind to me tonight. Thank you, Pastor. And again, let me just encourage you, please, I know folks around here are so great at supporting so many great causes and ministries, but man, you can't pick a better one than the Infants and Toddlers Pantry, and that is an unbiased opinion, completely. That is an unpaid advertisement. There you go. Thank you, Pastor.